Hello, my name is Bill Dannenmeyer, and this recording is a short video on Microsoft Project. It's brought to you by BlackBox Partners. BlackBox Partners is a registered education provider with the Project Management Institute, and we also have on the screen our website, which is www.blackboxknowledge.com. But let's proceed to Microsoft Project, which is what this is about. When you open up Microsoft Project, you'll see a screen that looks very familiar. It looks a lot like Microsoft Excel, in fact. If you look at Microsoft Excel, you have little boxes and you have tabs at the top. You look at Microsoft Project and you have little boxes and you have tabs at the top. But these programs act very differently, which is the purpose of most training. When you open up Microsoft Project for the first time, you may see a timeline, and you may want to undisplay the timeline by clicking View and selecting Timeline, and that gets rid of the timeline, gives you more real estate. You also may want more real estate to get rid of this View tab. If you see this view bar over on the left-hand side and want to get rid of it, you can right-click on it and unselect View bar. And then if you need to change views, you right-click over where the view bar used to be, and you can select different views, like the resource sheet or the Gantt chart. We'll spend a lot of time in my classes on settings for Microsoft Project, because usually the settings are what gets in the way. To get to the settings, you go to the File tab on the far left and select Options, and that brings up the Project Options window. The Project Options window has a lot of views inside of it, which we will not go through in this short video. I'll just show you the Schedule view is a place that most students will spend a lot of time on introductory classes, and that shows things like 8 hours per day, 40 hours per week, 20 days per month, etc. And we'll explain the risks of that in the class. Let me go to a more interesting looking Microsoft Project window, which is this example file that I have here for you. The example file is showing a Gantt chart at the moment. Notice that if your columns are not wide enough to accommodate your date format, you simply right-click or double-click on the right edge of the column, and that will true it up. I have displayed a column here for the work breakdown structure. That's the work breakdown structure number. To insert a column, if I wanted to insert a column, I could right-click on the top of any column and say Insert Column, and then it brings up a choice for me, and I can type a W on my keyboard, and that shows me only the things starting with W, and I can select WBS. I can display the same data twice on the same sheet. That's not a big trick. Just wanted to show you how to insert a column. Another key skill you'll need is to be able to move this little bar here to show other columns that may be to the left or right of your window that you're working on. I'm not showing a zero line here, so I'm going to view the project summary task by going to Gantt Chart Tools Format, and on the right-hand side, Show Hide Project Summary Task, and that shows me how much the entire project costs. Looks like it's taking up a lot of real estate here, though. So this shows me the summary tasks. Notice that if there's a on the left side of a word in the task name, there's a little triangle. We can click that to roll up summary tasks. Task 3 is a summary task. It has 2 parts below it. That's why this says 4 in the work breakdown structure, 4.1 and 4.2. To change views in Microsoft Project, we right-click over here on where it says Gantt chart, and we can choose, say, a network diagram. A network diagram is a method of displaying visually the layout of tasks on the project. We can also see the resource sheet by right-clicking over on where it says network diagram now in this view, and go to resource sheet. And in the resource sheet, we have the names of the resources and how much they're being paid as a standard rate and an overtime rate. We'll spend a lot of time with that in our class. Meanwhile, back at the Gantt chart. We have the worker applied to a task, and the worker's rate is taken from the resource sheet and multiplied by the number of hours to derive the cost for a given task in the project. So this is a very quick look at Microsoft Project for those of you who'd never seen it before. And thank you for your time and attention. My name is Bill Dannenmeyer again. This is my contact information. 202-288-6004 is my phone, my mobile, and I'm also on LinkedIn. And I can be found through the website www.blackboxknowledge.com. Thank you very much.